Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at Press Your Luck Whammy Animations Part 3 of the series. And this time around we're going to look at Fallacies, Fun, and Frivolity, just goofy, messed up things that happen in the series, special events, and 20 more Whammy animations. So let's get started. Early in the series, several noticeable goofs were seen on the show, or maybe edited out. Many board malfunctions included blown slides and unsynced slide shuffling. It looks pretty awful. Either might sometimes bring a contestant back for a future episode if it directly affected their gameplay. And here's one of those contestants, Carolyn. And on the show, they would actually announce that the contestant was brought back because of a technical error. And Peter would often say, in other words, we screwed up. But at any rate, the buzzer broke a couple times during the show, and this is one instance. Later on, it got permanently fixed, and it wouldn't break anymore, but you see it laying on his podium. Also, sometimes the whammies didn't show up, the animation. Like here.
What happened? Did anybody get the license number of the truck?
And also, sometimes the spelling of the prizes was wrong. Are you supposed to wear the silverware? Rod Roddy was the announcer for nearly all of the show's run. There were like a handful of days or so where he was, where John Harlan and Charlie O'Donnell filled in for him. But sometimes Rod's voice would crack, and Peter would make fun of him. It was very funny. Here's an example.
Today, these three players are after high stakes, but they'll have to avoid the whammy as they play the most exciting game of their lives from Television City in Hollywood. It's time to press your luck. And now, here's your host, the star of Your Luck, Peter again.
Thank you. Thank you. Those are the dulcet tones of the illustrious one, Rod Roddy, who sometimes is so overcome with emotion when he introduces me that he sometimes swallows a third of my name.
I'm so
Peter
excited.
Who are you?
Rod Roddy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Press Your Luck.
One of the more persistent goofs in the series was the pick a corner whammy. There's a space in the upper right that says pick a corner. That allowed you to pick anything from one of the other three corners, and a whammy was sometimes one of the choices. No one ever chose it, thank God. Perhaps the most famous goof of all was an incorrect answer to a question. The question was what Looney Tunes character said "suffer and succotash," and Press Your Luck thought the answer was Daffy Duck. And Mel Blanc himself, the voice of the Looney Tunes character, is called in to correct Peter.
This could be Bud Grant, the head of CBS. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, who's this, please? This is Press Your Luck. Do you have the right number?
Yeah, this is Sylvester.
Sylvester?
Yeah, certainly it's Sylvester. Suffering succotash. Anybody knows that?
Well, I thought it was Daffy Duck that had used that
No,
expression.
Daffy Duck steals from me all the time. And I said succotash because that's a delicious beans and corn. together.
No, one of my favorite dishes.
That's delicious.
Well, I hope we didn't offend any of the other characters and people that you work with.
Oh, no, they're all here, and they're all listening to what I have to say.
Oh, who's there with you?
Oh, there's all kinds of people here. Here's little Speedy Gonzales. You know him, that little Mexican fellow that says, "Hey, my name is Speedy Gonzales, best mouse on Mexico. I think this is where we can't give it to the mouse. I think, andale.
Well, the gist is that they had to bring all three players back on future episodes because of that goof. That was kind of staged, the call from Mel Blanc, but I thought that was kind of cool. But next, on rare occasions, Peter would go up and visit the board to see if the whammies were asleep or to talk to the whammies. It was kind of funny. Let's look.
There's all kinds of trips and Virgin Islands, Hong Kong, double your money in a spin. Great things. What you want to do is you want to walk very carefully, like tiptoe through the garden. Don't awaken the whammies. Sometimes they're gone. I'm going to find out. Sometimes they're not even home, and you just play the game and don't worry about it. But I'm going to find out because sometimes, anybody in here? Whammy, whammy. Look at this. They must have taken the wardrobe man and. He was such a nice guy. They ate him. Well, we're going to move along. The show must go on, right, Pam?
Yes.
You won the round.
The Flocati rug was a cheapo prize, and Peter would make fun of it all the time. He even wore it once. Peter would sometimes overreact to certain strange events, like one or more players winning the game with no money. Or one time he fainted because a contestant hit a massive whammy on the last spin of the game, causing them to lose. Whammy poetry became an ongoing theme. It would usually be seen in text going to the second commercial or to close the show. And sometimes an animated whammy would appear on Peter's shoulder. He'd usually knock it off.
Here's a little poem from Vern Jensen of West Jordan, Utah. I'm just a poor little whammy, but I want you all to know, if it wasn't for me and my cousins, there wouldn't be a show. So when you're disappointed and looking to fix the blame, if it wasn't for us whammies, there wouldn't be a game. So if you are unlucky and your money we do rob, remember there's nothing personal. We're only doing our job. Thank you very much, Vern.
Peter would sometimes announce new TV stations to the Pressure Luck lineup. Special toys or whammy deterrents may be brought by the contestants. There's an Ohio State Buckeye. And their family or friends might join them at the end of the show. On rare occasions, Peter might sacrifice the contestant gifts to appease the whammies.
Money, and I just want to tell you something. We're into a new thing on the show. We've thought about maybe a human sacrifice or a sacrifice of some sort that'll kind of satiate the whammies' appetites. If Valerie and Ron are willing to give up your good luck charms, I mean, it may work. What do you think?
One more time?
Yeah.
Worth it.
All right, we'll take this. We've got to take it over. All right, say goodbye.
You're gonna rid me of mine, too.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. Gotta go. We're gonna be back in a minute. We'll be back. We're gonna go over here, and we're gonna take it and see the whammies. Whammies, here's something that... Back! Take these. It's alive! Sick. Look at that thing. It's alive. All right, get back in. Get back. All right, we're going to play this game?
Yes. Let's go.
Feel like Jungle Jim. All right.
Well, there were also special whammy cartoons. One had a Pressure Luck tickets plug, and another was of a whammy office meeting.
7 cars, 4 jet skis, and a Flocati rug. You figure out where to put them. Morning, Chief. Did you hear that? I'm having this meeting today because we have a very serious problem. We've been been taking too much money and prizes from these poor contestants. No. I'm getting nothing but complaints. Our bank accounts are stuffed and our warehouses are full of prizes. Any suggestions? Bigger warehouses! You guys are going crazy, taking all that money, running around with those big prizes, dancing, singing, making fun of everybody. And I hate to say it, oh, do I, but some of you boys are going to have to go. Oh, no! Wait a minute. I mean, go on vacation. Vacation, yippee!
Peter's cute daughters Alexis and Candace would appear a handful of times on the show. And the Whammy Busters appeared once. They were a spoof of the Ghostbusters, and they would try to bring good luck to the contestants. And versus the house, that meant that two players whammied out, and the third one still had spins left. And here's an instance of that. They could keep going until they gave up.
Pack it up and call it a day. 1675. Pick up the chairs, put them on the tables, and we'll go home. 1670. Now you have 5 spins. Okay. You can keep going as long as you want. You can stop whenever you want. Obviously, if you keep going and get 4 whammies, you'll join Jacqueline and Matt in Whammyland. And I win all the money.
You know, I like these two.
Boy, that'd be fun.
But I don't want to join them in Whammyland.
I understand. You can keep going, stop whenever you want.
One of the prizes was a trip to the Bahamas, and somewhere in the series they made prize videos, and the Bahamas one had a gal nearly doing the splits while on her surfboard, and Peter and Rod would joke about it. Special events: the home player spin 3 times during the series. Viewers could send in postcards and enter to be picked for 1 spin during round 2 to win whatever a contestant won. And here's a look at that.
Whose name's on that card in front of you? Home player spin time.
Mrs. Jessie Green of East Cleveland, Ohio.
Another Ohioan, Miss Jessie. This is your lucky day, Miss Jessie. Grab something lucky, whatever happens to be around, because whatever Debbie wins, you'll win, and if Debbie hits the whammy, she'll lose all her money, but you're going to receive $500 because the whammy is a wonderful person. And of course, if Debbie hits money plus a spin, you receive the money, and Debbie gets the money and the spin. Debbie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Ready.
It's
Okay,
you
Jessie.
and Jessie.
Send me your bucks. I want good vibes, Jessie. This is for us. And stop.
Stop it! 5,000 and a spin! Oh, my! Jessie! Settle down, Jessie.
Runner-ups not chosen for the home player spin were given a free t-shirt. On the final day of the home player spin, a post-game spin of an all-cash board was played, and one player picked from the leftover postcards got the cash total spun times the total of round 2 spins. The excitement builds. And there's the all-cash board. And now we're going to see the contestant putting their hand in and pulling out a random postcard. And that postcard is going to be the recipient of the winnings on the spin.
Our drummer will keep going for a while. And our giant home game sweepstakes player is Ed Kolzak of Portage, Indiana. All right. Ed, relax. Ed is the moment of truth. Whatever John hits on that board will be multiplied by the number of spins scored in today's round 2, which was 18 spins. So you stand to make a ton of money. All right. Are you ready, Ed? Are you ready, John?
Yes, sir.
Spin the board. Here we go.
Come on, let's see a good one for Ed. Come on. Let's see a 5,000. Come on. Ready? And stop.
Stop at $2,000 times 18 is $36,000. Ed Kolzak of Portage, Indiana, you've got it. Congratulations. $36,000.
for special holiday celebrations. For Christmas, they had the slides saying Merry Christmas. They had set decorations, and they had animated whammies singing Christmas carols. Very cool. And also, there was a short clip at the beginning of one of the Christmas episodes with Peter under the tree and his cute daughters waking him up to go host Press Your Luck. And on Thanksgiving, they had a animated whammy picture of the whammies eating Thanksgiving dinner and saying, Happy Thanksgiving! And on Halloween, Peter had a Frankenstein mask, and he danced like John Travolta. That's very, very silly. And here is College Week. 3 college students would play. No returning champs. You can see their schools on their podiums. And Back to School Week with 3 high school students. Kind of cool. No returning champs on that either. Now we're back to 20 more whammies. And we're going to start with the pole vault whammy.
Gotta go!
Here they go.
Let's do it! Come on, big bucks from my house! Stop!
Stop it, oh, Whammy.
This is it! A new world record!
Ah, Jim, I think he may have out-pole vaulted you as well. So one more spin. You want to start again?
Yes.
Here we go.
Come on, Peter. Here we go. All right, Teresa needs big bucks, no whammies, big bucks, and stop.
Stop it, oh, Whammy. The Whammy's smooth. I tell you, he can really carry his own weight. You have 0.
Here we go. No more whammies. Get out of here. Okay, stop.
Stop it, oh, Whammy.
We got your cheese, pepperoni, tomato, something. I got some spaghetti.
Culinary artist. All right. The chip.
Got it. My money now. My money. All of it now. Big bucks. Stop.
Stop it, oh. Our rendition of Before Press took away your money, Kirk. And, all right, 61.2 stake and participation in the game.
Stop.
Stop it, oh, Whammy.
You're out!
Yeah, he said it, Kirk. You're out of there. 3 spins and you're in first place by about $1,450. Gonna go. All right.
No whammies, please. No whammies. Come on, big bucks. No whammies. Stop.
It's good to have your money back. Ladies and gentlemen, Tammy Whammy.
Jody said, well, that's her favorite whammy.
That is,
At least we gave you something. You still have 2. She's been passed by Edwina. Let's see what the strategy is on Edwina's part. Let's see what happens. Yeah, take him. Here they come.
Big bucks for Danny and Tony. Big bucks. Stop!
Stop it, oh, Whammy. Someday he'll finish that song. In any event, 6 spins. Now you have 7 because you picked up 1 there. Let's go.
Go for it. Come
Still in
on.
third place.
No whammies and stop.
Stop it, oh.
I'm open! Throw me the bomb!
Oh, the Rams need him. Laura, you have
Made
6
my
spins.
decision.
All right, 6 spins. Let's start. Third place. And you're going to pass those 2 spins to John, player with the next highest amount of money. John, they're back to you. Turnabout is fair play. Let's see what you can do.
Okay, Peter, I'm ready to go. Come on now.
$12 to go.
Big bucks. Come on now. Let's go. No whammies here. No whammies. Stop.
Stop it all. Ah, what a delightful looking character. John.
All the way. No whammies. Stop.
Stop. You know what's more frightening than them taking your money? I was attracted to them. Your 5 spins.
I needed that, Peter.
All right.
Let's keep going here.
Here we go. About 2160
big
more than
bucks.
Esmeralda.
No more whammies. Stop.
Now that I'm a star, I need makeup. Makeup!
That's the way they put my makeup on, too. Rick, pressure off your pass, Sam.
We're going. Not enough cushion. Let's go now. Esmeralda's good. Let's go. Big bucks, stop!
Stop. Whammy.
It's coming to me now. I see financial disaster in your future.
What a sweetheart. First place, 1 spin left. What is your pleasure?
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Come on, big bucks. Big bucks. Come on. Stop.
Stop that I used to like that song, you know?
Me too.
$0, Esmeralda. Still have your 10 spins.
Okay,
Go.
here we go. Big bucks, stop.
Stop.
Hello, do you know me?
Unfortunately, we do know him. Gene.
No whammies, big bucks. Big bucks, stop.
Stop. Leah, what do you want to do?
I'll go.
2 spin. Keep going?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We need some bucks. Big bucks now. Lots of bucks. Stop.
Stop. He did hear you. He is awfully clever. Steve. All right, here we go.
One more time. Give me real big bucks here. Big bucks. Let's go. Stop.
Look out, Bird. Look out, Kareem. Look out, Magic.
I don't know. Michael's got a smile on his face. I got a feeling the SC had something to do with it, Steve. Pass to Steve. Ooh, strategy's coming into play. Steve, you got 4 times. You have to avoid the whammy. It's 4th down and 1. And Columbia's on your 1-yard line. That's the 1st down. You got 4 tries to keep away.
Let's go. Be good to me now. Big bucks here. Let's go and stop.
Stop.
Hasta luego. Arrivederci. Bon voyage. That means goodbye.
Real nice. Columbia scored on you, Steve. You're out of the game.
Stay away, whammy, stay away, and stop.
Stop.
Give me a W-H-A. Give me an M-M.
Is that the way they cheer in Alabama? Do they do it? They don't do it that way.
And here is another whammy alternate. This is the baseball whammy, and the first time around the dialogue is a little bit more long-winded. Let's look.
Keep going. Come on. We're going. Come on, we gotta raise some money for our athletic program. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Stop.
Give me a fastball. Give me a curveball. Give me your spitball. Give me everything you got. I'll knock it out of the park.
What an athlete. You have 2 spins left. Press or pass. Here we go.
No weapon, please. No weapon. I'll see you 15. I need help. Stop.
Stop.
Give me everything you got. I'll knock it out of the park.
All right. Leela doesn't hide her emotions at all.
Well, this is Crazy Climber Eddie again saying thank you for watching part 3 of my Whammy Animations series, and I look forward to seeing you for the last part, part 4. See you then, folks.